Today's set of notes will be on sustainability. So the big takeaway from this is, can you define what sustainability is? So there is a little cartoon. Not going to spend too much time on that. I think it's funny, but hey, maybe that's just me. Who knows? So how are we doing sustainability-wise? So big thing, nature is always changing. Things are happening. Look at what's going on right now. Look at what's going on on the West Coast with all these fires. Look what's going on here, there, everywhere. Nature is constantly changing. Sometimes it's in small ways. Other times it's in catastrophic ways. We all hear about the asteroid that hit and killed off all the dinosaurs. Things like that would be our catastrophic events, obviously. But life has weathered these changes for about 3.5 billion years, and we're talking about life on all scales, so all the way from us to those single-celled organisms. Humans, us, have been around for, give or take, 200,000 years approximately, and right now not doing so hot for a multitude of reasons. But the big thing that we're going to focus on is what's going on ecologically, and a lot of that has been the fact of like prioritizing our own needs over the needs of nature, what nature can give us. So how can we do better? One is we got to make sure that these natural systems and these human systems have equal consideration when we're making decisions. We can't just look at it from one side. We have to look at both. We have to try to find a way to adapt to these three principles. So one, maximize our resilience on solar energy, maintain and increase biodiversity, and protect our natural nutrient cycle mechanisms. So we'll talk about all three of those. So for the first one, how do we deal with this whole solar energy thing? I went over this, sorry. So some of the things that we're going to be looking at, or things where we can kind of get a little introspective, is talking about Earth's overshoot day as well as our ecological footprint. For the overshoot day, the way that it works is essentially each year we have so much principle or so much stuff, so many resources that we can use from the Earth. This overshoot day is the day that we would go past that principle and start digging into interest. Another way to think of it is, okay, we have all these natural resources set out for this year, not how it actually is. And if we get past that and we go to our overshoot and have to pull from interest, we're essentially creating debt or taking from the future for now. For the ecological footprint, this one's a little bit more clear cut, but we're going to look at it at a very micro level. So we're going to be looking at how you personally can affect that and the effect that you make on the ecosystem. So we'll look at that as well and have a chance to actually calculate it. One of the big things that we look at in environmental science is the ecological impact. And for that, we use the IPAT formula, with I being impact, P being population, A being affluence, and T being technology. It's a relatively simple formula, but this is just a way that we can qualitatively compare our ecological impact, from one country to the next. So really we're looking at country and society scales, not individual scales. So it's a little bit back from that micro level that you look at with the ecological footprint. Yeah, but that'll do it for today. Pretty short, and again, just looking at how can we make the nature and human needs fit? How can we take those both into account? Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.